Кто-то превращает животных в монстров.
Last alone in a 1 versus 2, he goes for the spray, but Pasha will take him down. Great triple in the round here for Pasha, who's had a rough game on this match.
All eyes are on you. So give them greatness with Intel Extreme Masters certified PCs and notebooks and game like the pros. When you see the unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you'll find high-grade components with Intel Core i5 and i7 processors inside. Every purchase includes in-game content and supports the prize pool of Intel Extreme Masters. Game like a pro, because the world is watching.
Ladies, gentlemen, undercover lizards, welcome back, and I hope you're ready for an absolutely fantastic final day at the IEM Sydney 2018 closed qualifier. We're now at the last portions, the two semi-finals, and a grand final tonight to decide which one team will be making it all the way to the LAN finals. Of course, none of this would be possible without our wonderful, wonderful sponsors there in Intel, HyperX, and PaySafe Card. And someone that is always safe about things, it's not.
Hello, Jack. How you doing, mate? Doing well?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Obviously spoke to you yesterday.
Since then, after the show, we just didn't speak, of course.
Awful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what can we say? You know, doing well, doing well.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. Obviously, strap back into the Matrix for another final round, as we do have the bracket for today as well, and we can see what exactly is going to be going down. If you are just joining us, we have last night's results there as well, with the teams that made it through the open qualifiers, Snods, not being able to actually make it through And obviously now for the teams that have actually progressed into the semi-finals in the round of 4.
Yeah, as you said, obviously, the open qualifying teams, Hollywood and both Adwokasik, obviously falling short 2-0 to Astralis there for Hollywood and 2-0 for Adwokasik versus G2. But then again, you know, versus that caliber of teams, don't expect them to pick up the win there. Hail Raisers Gambit, 2-1 in favor of the Gambit boys. And then obviously the NIP Virtus Pro, what a great best of 3 that was. 16-14 in the last map, and Abiali 1 versus 3 secure Virtus Pro a spot here in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and it was actually a really huge 1 versus 3 as well. It was a round that never seemed like it was going to go his way. Stepped up massively. He's been able to keep him going on through, so they defeat Nip in a 2-1 fashion. Now against G2, though, it will be a little bit of a harder affair. Yeah, and obviously on the second stream, Astralis versus Gambit. So actually really great games here, and the heartbreaking thing about all of this is obviously only one team out of these 4 remaining teams can make it to IEM Sydney. Yeah, that is true. It's going to be absolutely stacked when we get into that grand final, depending on who qualifies their way through and who's going to try and grab that very last spot there. But let's get into the first game that we do have available for you today. G2 versus Virtus Pro, a best of 3 to decide who moves on to the grand final later on this evening. Yeah, obviously, you know, yesterday's performances there for G2 versus Wakasik, a 16-1, I believe it was, an overpass, and a 16-6 on Cobblestone as well. You know, comparatively versus NIP, you can't really be seeing that as the same sort of, you know, example or a margin for comparison coming into today, right? Yes, a 2-0 yesterday for G2, but completely different caliber of teams, as we said just moments ago in terms of the bracket. So yeah, Virtus Pro having the 2-1 versus NIP, you know, looking much better in form, especially as well after coming the finals from the V4 Gaming Fest as well. Yeah, it's true. They've actually looked like they've started to get things together. The lineup's actually started to more well with Mihu now, so maybe this is their chance where they start to find some success, but it is online, so you know things can always be a little bit shaky for them. We do actually have the veto for that now as well, so we can see how this one shapes up, Snods, because this is going to be quite important for the best of 3. Yeah, overpass ban come out from Virtus Pro, obviously yesterday, 16-1 versus Wakasik from G2. The double up setup from Mixwell and Kenny S on that site. Towards A, towards B, looked so hard to deal with. Yeah, it was very, very true. The second ban there in Train as well from G2 now. Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, Virtus Pro in the final, the V4 Gaming Festival versus Mousesports, even though they lost it 2-1, the last map was a 16-14 on Train, and obviously for G2, historically, are they playing a lot of Train? Not really. Question mark for me here is Nuke. You know, G2 used to be very strong on Nuke before the former roster, obviously, minus Shocks and minus Smiths as well. You know, is Nuke still in their roster? Obviously, we know Virtus Pro won't be playing that one. First pick actually coming out from Virtus Pro being Mirage, so already this is shaping up to be quite the best of 3. Yeah, it is true. The Mirage pick there for either of these sides. And Mixwell actually looked fantastic for G2. That was one of the big factors that we saw going into that. Obviously, a bit of a weaker opponent. Adwokasik, not the best, highest pedigree, but considering how it went into there, Apex and Mixwell were just popping off consistently. Yeah, actually watching the Polish stream, there's a clip on Reddit, and actually the players from Adwokasik were just complaining, like, oh, they're so much better than us, that we can't do anything versus them. And that was the feeling, you know, despondency. They had no hope or courage going into that one. But, you know, what do you expect? You know, coming into the open qualifier, their main goal was to make it to the closed qualifier, and they, you know, can be proud of that anyway. That's very true. Inferno being the pick from G2, so this is actually interesting. You know, what is the third map going to be? Is it going to be, okay, I was going to say Cash, but potentially Nuke as well, also on the cards. What can we have? Actually, the new bag coming out from G2, so that's thinking maybe they want to be playing that one. Obviously, a new roster, so much to go into that T side of Nuke. Don't need to be going straight into that one. It will be Cobblestone. Wow, okay, so for me, you know, this is getting quite intense. Yeah, it is. And talking about being intense, let's dive straight into the action immediately as we want to try and kick this one off with a bang. It should be a very, very juicy game, Snoz. Virtus Pro versus G2. VP will be a tease for this one. G2 starting off on that CT side, of course. So, Mirage, then Inferno, then Cobblestone. These are actually pretty good maps here for G2. Consider this is a new roster. Usually they're going to be at the weaker hand in terms of the map pool going into a best of 3 versus a team like Virtus Pro, but actually they've come out quite well. Seeing Cobblestone there, they played it yesterday. Seeing Inferno as well, a map, sorry, they played in ESL Pro League versus Heroic. So maybe there's some comfortability here. Ooh, first frag comes through. Mihu going to be able to connect on towards body there. Takes him down with a Glock as they now swarm up towards this site. Apex wanted to try and see if he continued on from his form from yesterday, but it doesn't look like a great start for him. Gets punished by Mihu. And all of a sudden, VP have taken control of that site in seconds. Next one here towards CT. Outside the little window pocket there. Going to be pushing in towards CT. Finds the frag as well onto Pasha Biceps. A 2 versus 2. Now the bomb is ticking down. Bialy having no care. Just the P250 up close. Has to land the headshots and actually still whiffing away. Oh, Mixwell comes back through those snods. Pistol whips down by Ali. It's all on Snacks now. Peeks out. Is able to swing towards him. And it's up to MBK to try and clutch this one out. But he's just getting dinked down. Snacks playing with confidence. He'll be able to slap him to the ground and pick up the first opening pistol round for VP there. That's a good start.
Yeah, great start actually, obviously. Going 1-0 up now for G2. Do they go for the force buys? Obviously, one of the interesting things we're going to have here now for G2, obviously, now that Shox is out the roster, are they still going to fall back on this heavy, heavy force buy ideology and strategy where they constantly go for the UMP buys, the CZ buys backed by Kevlar? And you can see here, more of a reserved approach. Kenny S actually not going for the force buy as well, going to be keeping on to the USP. We saw this yesterday versus Walker-Sick. Kenny S staying on the USP, sometimes buying the HE grenade. But apart from that, saving for that aforementioned AWP into the first buy round. Now for Virtus Pro here, wielding 3 AKs, 2 MAC-10s as well. Goal here is to have 4 or 5 players staying alive, getting the frags onto the SMGs, getting the bomb plan as well, and trying to farm as much cash as possible versus the force buy here from G2. And obviously the eco again into round number 3.
Yeah, rack up that Wonga, get themselves some nice readies to play with into the next round. Let's see if that'll be the case though. For G2, meanwhile, they have to try and play it a bit more timid. Obviously, those pistols are only really going to be effective in close range combat. You have got the Deagle and MBK, though, Snods, and he's looking to try and do something tasty if they push him. Yeah,
obviously, for Virtus Pro, having the AKs, having the long range advantage there, MAC-10's actually coming towards underpass as well. The bomb is left towards, outside B apartments, so this could be an eventual B split via, obviously, B short, coming in through B apartments. Smoke towards top of connector. Molotov probably in towards window as well, going to allow them to get up through short, scot-free. And now we are going to be seeing the B split on the cards here for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, coming in towards that B bomb site, MBK. First contact, but he can't really find the frag as he is deegging down, but not getting too much for his troubles as he struggles to connect the shots there. Pasha will be able to find the first kill with a MAC-10, a further bit of damage done as well as Neo peels back Apex. And they're racking up some money. They're actually being able to prioritize these kills onto the SMGs as well, which is nice as the bomb now goes down. Snons for VP.
3 versus 5. Obviously these MAC-10s here on a Pasha up ISIMs, trying to get in towards Kitchen and find a few frags to stack up the $600 kill reward with the SMG. But now for G2, they are going to be saving their UMP Kevlar there for Mixwell. Probably they're going to be wielding the CZ Kevlar as well. And Kenny S obviously having nothing, just the USP. Then again, why give away the $600 to one of the players from Virtus Pro with those MAC-10s? But yeah, I mean, Jack, fairly standard anti-eco here, or anti-force buy even. Going for a default across the map, holding for any aggression from G2. If G2 are trying to find and seek for any information, work out if Virtus Pro are, lining up smokes towards there, or going for a mid-default. Instead, G2 playing rather passive. Virtus Pro held, they held, and then obviously, minute left on the clock, grouped up towards mid, towards B, and went for that B split towards short, and of course, B app. So good Molotovs as well, obviously. Usually we see the Molotov towards Van, but we also saw a Molotov, in front of bench there as well. A lot of the times, players will hide behind that left portion of the site and try and work around up close and personal. So it was good. Well, 2-0 now. Obviously, the full eco now coming from G2, apart from the players that saved. That being, obviously, Mixwell and Body. So now for G2, if they do go down 0-3, for going for that force buy into the last round, how good's their economy going to be in the first buy round, Jack? Are they going to have full utility, Molotovs, plethora of smokes as well? And what happens if Virtus Pro keep these MAC-10s if they do survive the round? Are they going to have head armor ready for a potentially very fast and aggressive play into that first buy round?
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them. Obviously, if the utility and the economy is in a dire strait after this, it won't really be easy for them to actually cause a paradigm shift and get back in the driving seat on the side of G2. But let's see, as they group up, VP going to take control towards mid. The bomb will be collected and repositioned back round. Pasha with the first frag on Apex as he does get the kill with the MAC-10. So still being able to accumulate some extra cash as well. They do walk into the site that had more members situated towards it. It is going to be A, where the final call is made. Can G2 actually hold this back by Ali? Sticking his nose in, goes for a bit of a sniff, tried to work out what was going down, but he falls to Mixwell. Mixwell now armed with his AK as well, as he picks up the AK of the fallen man. More to be done, but Snacks on the double entry might have been able to seal the deal for him. You've got a bit more site control now. You can try and push in, smoke off Mixwell as well. He won't be able to actually peek out and get as much info, and he's going to be backstabbed by Miku. Right behind him, just coming into effect, Snods. Should be able to line it up, an easy kill. And at that point, you've basically done it. It should be all 3 rounds picked up off the pistol for VP now. MBK. He's going to be the only one left. Needs to try and be a bit of a naughty nuisance, but picking up, can't really achieve these frags as he's struggling. Eventually we'll get one on Mihu, but that's all he gets. A consolation frag there towards the end.
Oh, Pasha actually picking up the AK as well. So 3-0 now is going to round number 4. It will be the first buy round. Actually, a few frags there found, so extra $600 there for Mixwell off the back of the frag with the UMP. Plus, obviously, Body finding a kill as well. That CZ, but obviously the kill reward only being $100, so not really too much you can read into that one. But G2, one Molotov there for Mixwell. What's that? 4 smokes as well to work with, but no defuse kits here for the French side. So are we going to be seeing some aggression, maybe a strong defense towards middle, maybe aggressive towards short, aggressive towards jungle, maybe a double play towards window, which we see right now. Obviously, Kenny Antoni for the short push as well, has the backup as well from Apex and the left side of window. Oh, but already Michu finds the first, creeps up through connector.
Yeah, that's going to be awkward there as Kenny goes down to Mihu. He's in a good position, tries to peek out, gets the second as well. Apex with the timing, Snods wanted to try and re-clear towards mid and get some idea of what was actually going on into the round. Luckily, there is still a trade coming through. G2 bring it back into slightly less of a horrible position as they do find that frag. 4v3 now, though. 1:14 on the clock.
Yeah, 4 versus 3 now for VP. 1 player advantage. They can slow the clock down on this one. Group up if they needed to as well. Towards, 2 towards connector, 2 towards the A site. Pasha Biceps already in towards stairs, trying to see if he can find that frag on towards the A side and open it up. But now VP, all they have to do is group up towards the A side. They have the man advantage, remember, so they can play the trades. Trade the frag on towards body, and the site's yours, and you're still going to have that 1 player advantage. Bomb now planted for middle. It's planted perfectly for Snacks. Planted as well for Pasha. For G2, no defuse good as well. This round might even be a safe call.
It does seem like it. I think they're going to throw in the towel, back off. It doesn't seem worth the risk. Obviously, a lot of investment into those 3 players. If you do actually hold on to these weapons as well, it's going to help you out when it comes to that rebuy and working out what you need to do with your economy into these later stages. So VP going to get that 4th round all off the back of Mihu, really, there with an early double kill towards mid.
Yeah, I mean, for G2, they can potentially buy up into the next round. Depends on, obviously, how much money they have left in the bank. They are going to have the 4-round now loss bonus, so $2,900 into the bank balance. Actually, you can see there as well, Mixwell on 3.3k, so he can drop. What about MBK? Actually, no. So maybe a FAMAS can be dropped over to Apex. Let's see. It's going to be the 4 M4 buy. A FAMAS dropped over by MBK towards Apex, so no AWP here for Kenny S. But now they're going to have, you know, the defuse kits, extra utility as well for the players. That will drop over the M4 and the FAMAS. But a strong start ready for VP, exploiting the fact that there was weakness towards connector. Apex playing in towards window with Kenny S when the connector in the A side was completely wide open. And now Apex getting aggressive this time, no longer playing passive towards window.
Mixwell set up ready for the push to come towards him. We'll be able to find the first frag. Gets a small read as well, but Miku, he just wants to push straight in, go for the trades nods. He might get him low, but there's no actual success for him. He falls short. He's been tackled by the M4. Pasha comes through with the only frag right now for the T side. As he somehow bodies body, connecting him with a wallbang.
4 versus 3. Mixwell is fairly low though towards B short. The Molotov's coming in towards the A side. The flashes as well. Kenny S towards stairs. Has the M4. No AWP into his hands this time. We know he's versatile with his weaponry. He can wield the rifle as well. Spots the head there from Pasha. Lines up the headshot as well. The 4 versus 2 now. Flashes, can play more passive. Has the backup as well from Mixwell. And actually Mixwell finding the hat-trick here into this round. And now all down to Snacks.
It would need to be something spectacular from Snacks if he's going to go on to clutch this round out. A 1v4 being pushed from all angles, trapped between a rock and a hard place, gets the spray down onto the first man, and there's the response from Apex as he had the angle held. They can save that AWP as well, so G2 finally get a round on the board there as they will actually pick up the 5th round.
Yeah, good there from G2. Obviously, Vivertus Pro going heavy towards middle, smoking out towards window, smoking towards double connector as well, getting in towards B short. They're trying to take control of CPL. Obviously, at that point, you take control of short, you then take control of connector. You can go for an A split via connector. You can then also go for a B split via the apartments as well, through B short. So the rounds at your disposal. Round number 6 then, 4-1. G2, is it going to be a flash in the pan, or are they going to get their money reset? Can they try and find some continuity in their rounds and try and stack up some cash and bring this one back here? Because if VP reset their economy, Jack, and the CT side of Mirage as well, if their money gets shattered, this could be a very, very strong start here for the Pulse. Once again, heavy mid control. Pasha expecting a peek towards connector, and he may find it.
Yep, Pasha with the first frag takes down Apex as he connects onto him. Wanted to try and get a second little cheeky shot off there as well and eliminate Kenny S. Instead, it's just a mere tag. They have got a lot of time to play with, and they're getting map control as well. Fanning out, expanding around. Snacks trying to be cheeky over towards the B site. Kenny will find the kill back on Neo as they bring it into a 4v4, but he's now only on 9 HP. So he isn't too good. Green around the gills, Snods.
Yeah, Kenny S equalizing though to the 4 versus 4. Now for VP, they know they have advantage here towards middle. Are they going to go for the 1 versus 1 towards ramp, towards B apartments as well? His Snack's going to try and feel out this next frag, try find it onto Mixwell, because if he does, VP can make that reaction, get up towards short, and make this a faster pace round. Misha as well hiding in towards CPL. It's going to be Snags front of the frag onto Mixwell, and this B side's going to be wide open. Yeah,
this is great as well. Also causes a distraction, allowing Miku to try and play with Snags here, but the thing is, they're not pushing at the same time. MBK able to slay as he smacks him down with the AK-47. Kenny as well coming through, eliminates Pasha Biceps. It doesn't matter if he's on low HP, Snods. Bogdan's Law, of course. By Ali now on the bomb site as he fuds down. Tries to look for a couple more frags. MBK and Kenny are incredibly low, but they still need to make a mistake and play into Bayali's hands into this round. 9 seconds, he's going to go for the commit. They should be able to peek out and play together. Kenny's just going to sprint in, finds the kill with the AWP as he takes him down, wielding it like a shotgun.
Yeah, denying the plant as well, importantly. And now pause coming out from VP. Potential tactical, obviously, the idea here is, do you go for the save into this round and obviously buy up into round number 8, but then again, you give away an eco to G2. That's a round where they farm up a lot of cash versus your eco. You know, have 4 or 5 staying alive, have many of the members from G2 absorb in that round victory bonus versus an eco. Plus, you also give up the 4-3, then again, you force it. You got a few players that couldn't buy and fully invest. But they are juggling around a few pistols, so I believe it will be the eco. Thing to note already, Kenny S no longer going towards window. We saw Apex there being the mid player, playing towards connector, and going towards window at the start of the round. Obviously, if you are the AWPer on the CT side, if window's getting smoked at the start of every single round, and there's Molotov in towards connector, and you find that you can't get an advantage towards middle, just AWP towards the apartments, AWP towards CT. We saw they was holding towards ramp. We've already seen the VP players already trying to shift through Palace and shift through ramp to get the first frag towards the A side. This time going towards window. No gap there in the mid smoke, but unfortunately Pasha already crossed through it. There will be the eco now coming out from VP, so they are going to allow potentially for G2 to come back into this one.
Yeah, VP on the eco, really it's just going to be about if they can actually get that bomb plant down, get some more cash to play on the latter stages. Oh, Kenny peering over the Molotov, couldn't quite get contact. Oh, gets dinked down as well, Snods. Barely staying alive as he's left on 2 HP. It's going to be an awkward fight for him now as he gets pushed from Neo as well from the sidelines, rails him down. Oh, Apex timing as ever. He got the trigger discipline, finds the first kill, tried to get the second, but by Ali, armed with a Scavenged Kalashnikov, will find that kill.
Suddenly a 2 versus 2. Pasha in towards underpass. The bomb is planted for connector as well, so great after plant. The next frag is crucial, and MBK lines him up. Pasha now the 1 versus 2. No Kevlar to work with, just a P250.
Pasha coming back through. He's got a flashbang stance, but that is it. The only bit of utility he actually has. Depends on the timing, how he plays it. He peeks out. Could have got the drop on MBK there, but couldn't quite find the headshot. It's now a defuse coming through from Mixwell, and that'll be the 3rd round picked up from G2. As they actually start to get some things going their way. The AWP save for MBK as well, so they're pretty good.
Yeah, obviously that was the eco there from VP. Bomb planted as well, so it's going to be a lot of cash to work with here for Virtus Pro into this round. AWP as well could be invested into for Snags. Sorry, apologies, for Pasha. So it will be 4 AKs, AWP there for Pasha as well. Now for G2, they're still not bringing out the double up setup. Mixwell going to be onto the AK, but then again, his rifle prowess has been shown already so far into this matchup, especially towards B short. Now for VP, are they going to go back towards mid control and try come in for a split towards the side? So they're going to try group up here instead. Pasha going for the ramp pick. Actually, the Molotov going to be extinguished there by the smoke from MBK. But he knows the smoke didn't bounce, so he's expecting Body to be close, and he wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, smart. You can see he knows how to counter this potential play that should be coming through from Body. Meanwhile, over at the barn here, towards underpass, by Ali and Snags will be coming through as a bit of a duo. They do find success, netting themselves the first kill on Apex as he gets a read, sure, but he's not done too much else. He might have got Snags low, but he's still alive. Meanwhile, Body, he has been able to execute. Pasha falls back to site, gets the 2nd frag on Miku as well. This is going to be awkward. And there's the kill coming through from MBK. The aggression on display now from G2, showing they've got confidence back as they do go for this play. Neo's going to be the only one left, Snods. A 1v3, he's incredibly low, swarming in towards that B-bomb site, but the angle's held by Kenny S and Mixwell. And Mixwell will be the one to get the kill.
4-4 then. VP losing out. They found the first frag on towards Apex at underpass when he went for the wide face, but Body, the anchor towards that site, like cement. He doesn't move, finds those 2 kills, puts it into the 4 versus 3 in favor of G2. And MBK, they're pushing towards the apartments. Perfect timing as he finds both those frags. And a benign then. Virtus Pro still able to buy, obviously. They have the maximum round loss bonus in their favor. They are lining up for smokes towards A, and it makes sense. Obviously, we know that Body's playing solo towards A. Apex is playing very heavy towards connector. In the last round, he went for the wide swing towards underpass. Smoke towards stairs, smoke towards jungle, smoke towards CT. That should block off all the vision for G2. Get the site in your favor and try and play a good after plant now for VP. That's the real goal here into this round. Smokes rain in, but they're not going to do a fake on that one. They are going to pour in towards the A site.
Yeah, go for the full commit, block off the line of sight there for the CTs and try and keep them starved for information. They reposition back round quickly, but they need to be quite rapid on their feet. Kenny as well, uncharacteristic, goes for the first peek, misses the shot. As Neo will be able to find both of those frags, Nods. He's coming through. He's a bit of a terror since the public school era as he finds these kills with the AK. Now things fall back into another save round here for G2, meaning VP will actually get the 5th on the board.
Yeah, very, very good call there from VP. Actually not going to be the standard smokes towards the A site. You saw it's actually slightly different. Smoking in towards jungle and stairs, leaving CT wide open. Instead, they had the extra player go in towards Palace. They're expecting Body to play towards triple, play towards default, where he has been each and every round so far on that CT side. And with Apex playing so heavy towards connector and so heavy towards middle, it's fine to not smoke towards CT and to come out through Palace, obviously. If you're running through Palace, jungle is a big issue, right? The player towards window, the player towards stairs can mow you down jumping through Palace. But if Apex is in towards connector, peeking in towards middle, that's not an issue. You can gang up, go for the wide face towards Body, out towards CT, and take that 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2, for example. They went 1 versus 1 versus Body, a 4 versus 4. The site was in their domain, and obviously it all fell in their favor from there. 5 to 4, but G2 obviously they can still buy.
Yeah, G2. Let's see if they get a bit aggressive here as well. Mix one, going back to his default position. As he looks around, listening out to see if he's going to hear anything towards mid. The only one that's close by is Neo over at Underpass as they slowly converge. VP just playing their default right now, Snods, and holding out, listening for the aggression from G2, seeing if they're going to repeat history there.
Yeah, but look at the shift here in the G2 side CT defense. Obviously, before, heavy towards middle. This time it will be Apex once again manning the mid position, playing towards jungle, looking for the window boost as well. We know that Neo has been boosting towards window a few times now, and here he is once again towards Underpass. Kenny S with the ult this time, close towards ramp, expecting VP to go for that contact play. But now, Virtus Pro, 3 players in towards middle, going to spot Mixwell out towards shore. Bomb is still towards T-spawn though for the T side, so they are playing this one slow. 55 seconds left on the clock. Kenny S's AWP is still pushed in towards ramp. But Apex, left side towards window. Neo doesn't expect that one, but Mishu finds one as well. So 4 versus 4 here. MBK about to be tested though heavily.
Yeah, MBK, unfortunately for him, he's faced by 2 members at the same time. Apex arrives though, but Apex gets sent packing straight away as the frags come through back in favor of VP. It's now a 3v1. Body, the only member on that CT side left standing. But he's going to be quaking in his boots into the 1v2. Finds the kill on Snacks. But a ton more to do, Snods. He's not out of the woods just yet as he tries to rotate. If he does go through, Bayali should surely get this kill. You can see him debating it, doesn't want to overextend out. He has a Molotov as his only bit of utility, but fumbles with it. It's caught his pants around his ankles, and Bayali isn't going to miss that with the AK.
Yeah, Snacks doing God's work there towards the B site, you saw. Virtus Pro find 2 kills towards the B site. The over-rotation comes out. Body, last player alive, obviously. The anchor towards the A site leaves it completely barren. Go in, get that bomb planted in the 1 versus 2. G2 will fall short. So 6 to 4 now, obviously. Going to be the tactical pause, I imagine, called by G2. $2,000 for 4 of the players, apart from Mixwell on 4K. So if they save this round, they can afford the open to the next round for Kenny S. What do you change here? Virtus Pro been mixing things up. When G2 are heavy towards A ramp or heavy towards the bomb sites, Virtus Pro play heavy towards mid. When VP play heavy towards the sites, maybe they group up towards B, they go for a B split, or they go towards A, they go for the execution. G2 are playing heavy mid control. Feels like VP are really out-reading VP at the moment. Or G2 at the moment, apologies.
There is going to be a technical pause here for Virtus Pro as well, whilst they remedy the issue before we carry on with this matchup. But as of right now, incredibly fierce stuff from either side on Mirage. It's keeping it as a close affair, Snods.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. Very competitive matchup as well. Obviously, VP having the advantage. They did win the pistol here, so in terms of the buy rounds coming back from this one, we shouldn't be counting G2 out of this one. Virtus Pro already on 6 rounds here at the half. Obviously, they claim anymore. They're going to be happy with this half if it goes, 8 to 7 or 9 to 6. They can be very content with that going into the second half on their CT side. In terms of the frags as well, 9 kills there for Snacks. Obviously, pivotal frags towards that B bomb site so far. And 9 for Mixwell on the CT side. He's been delivering time and time again towards B short. So, Ika coming out here from G2, as I said before. Mixwell having the abundance of cash can drop over the AWP to Kenny S into the next round. There will be smokes towards the A site from VP. They're going to be running no risks here, Jack. They're not going to be splitting across the map and spreading out to cover more ground. Instead, they are just going to go for the fully fledged execution and exploit the fact that G2 just have no Kevlar. and just USPs and P250s.
Yeah, no real defense towards the A site at all. It's very lackluster, as obviously the first man will go down. Body falls. Miku going to get the bomb plant as well. So VP, if they could try and make a clean round out of this, it would be very, very healthy for their economy. Try and keep it growing. Right now, they're just being able to brutalize anyone that comes towards them by Ali as well, showing that he's still got that pizzazz from last night's games as he comes through with both those frags. Kenny S will be the last one to go down. He tries to do something a little bit cheeky here with the P250. Possibly wants to try and steal a weapon. Connects the headshot on Snacks. Trying to make it costly for him. But Bayali isn't going to have any of that. We'll go through. 7 rounds now picked up after they win that. Taking down G2 on the eco. But here comes the buy once again. And the double up setup is finally donned.
Oh, this is what we're looking for. Mixwell towards B shot. Kenny S in towards window, in towards connector as well. Virtus Pro, are they going to opt to go for a mid default? A B execution or A execution could be a strong call here, obviously. Those double op setups are so weak and lackluster at retaking towards either side. The short towards, the jump towards B shot will be landed, but the shot won't be. Mishu finds the first, 5 versus 4 here already, as they're going to be charging up towards shot and exploiting this now. It's Kenny S towards connector. Oh, he's not going to be expecting this one, Jack. Oh, he is!
Oh, Kenny was ready for it, peeked out, expected Mihu's tricks that time around. There is another trade coming through as well, so it's actually a very close round, Snot. Still left as the 3v3. Let's see how this one's going to play out. Still have the bomb to work with. Apex actually being able to deal even more damage into the round. Obliterates Neo there with a Kalashnikov, and now some Snacks and Pasha try and slowly find their way in towards B. Kenny goes down, dropped by Pasha. But do they know of the location here of MBK? Been a fairly good game this far, but he didn't realize they were up short, didn't spot out Snacks. He'll strike against him, bomb goes down, and they're essentially in an unlosable round now. Apex is low, he comes back through. The only utility he has left is the Molotov, smoked out, but still pushes in, goes for the spam, trying to connect these shots, but he'll fall short. His brain gets blowed up there by the P250 of Pasha.
8-4, then VP looking so stellar right now on their T side. Already claimed 8 rounds as well, Jack, so they've already won the half, even if G2 win the remaining rounds, which is unlikely when you take a look at the buy and the amount of money they have right now. Round number 13. Once again, the eco coming from G2. Not over-investing as well into ZZ Kevlars or extra utility, for example. Instead, keeping it rather passive, rather tentative. Just going to be one flashbang for Apex, flash over through connector towards middle. Is it going to work out, though? I don't think so.
Well, the G2 killer bees are on the swarm as they decide to just burst out towards mid. But instead, they've just been kicked to pieces as the frags come back through. Easy kills now being picked up by Ali and Snacks, as you'd expect. Only one casualty. Sure, they got him low. They weren't actually able to find those kills. And the fact is as well, VP had so much economy now. It started to balloon out of control, but even if they did find success, would have been a straight rebuy into the next round anyway. But G2, they reinvest, they pump the money in, they spend their Wonga. What can they actually do here, Snods? 9-4 being the scoreline. Double up setup comes back out. Is there going to be more to do with it this time?
Does Mixwell go for the short jump again? Obviously, he missed the first jump. So going to be coming in towards connector, but thank God he is, because it means more members from G2 towards the A site. And that's where it's all going to go down here. Mishu finds the first frag once again. Apex with one as well, but Mishu gets the second to line this one up. 4 versus 3 as VP swarm into the A site.
Yeah, now the blood is going to be pumping through their veins as they guillotine anyone that dares to defy them. By Ali smacking down against Mixwell. Kenny trying to hide on the site, but he's been detected. Snacks has killed Kenny. All of a sudden, it's just MBK left. Miles away from the action, really, as he'll creep back round, arrives on the scene of jungle. Peers out. He's got some utility. His pockets are lined with a few things to try and help him out. A couple of bits and bobs. Gonna lob in the HE Snod, transfer a bit of damage over, but he's not really given the opportunity to take this firefight. He's incredibly low now as well. Snacks is coming through, wants to try and go for the assassination play. Get in from the rear. Strike with the element of surprise. MBK isn't going to be ready for it. Let's hit the deck. Another round for VP. Looking like they can try and continue this one on. I mean, for G2 as well, they're going to reinvest, but it won't be the best buyout in this last round of the half. This could be an 11-4 scoreline. Oh,
most definitely. Look at the buy as well right now from G2. All they can put up really is FAMASs. MBK could have gone for an M4 Kevlar, no head armor. But going to take the hit in terms of firepower. Instead of going for that M4, goes for the FAMAS, means he can afford to buy smoke, flash, and HE. Obviously needing that utility towards the B site, just in case a rush does occur. But Apex, up in the tempo here, taking the fight to VP this time.
Mihu, he's trying to go for the first play. As he will get that initial kill on towards Apex. There is a trade back through the UMP, though, of Mixwell. Now immediately has to divert back towards the bomb site, though. Dubious about this because the utility that's being launched out from VP. They're going to keep G2 on their toes, as they haven't committed to anything, but they've used tons of utility early on here as well to really plant those seeds of doubt in their minds, Snods. They're going to be questioning where this true play is coming down to in this round. Still a 4v4, though. We're in it and 10 on the clock.
Minute left, as you said. Bomb still towards T-spawn there from VP. Neo lurking in towards Connector, exploits the smoke, finds the frag onto MPK. A fast reply there from Body. So we are still equalized at a 3 versus 3. Snacks with the up though towards the B side. Not quite as dynamic as the AK. Obviously can't go for the same sort of angles. Try and force the issue and try to go for that 1 versus 1 from Mixwell. But then again, Mixwell over faces, peeks out towards B apartments. Pasha as well. Finds his frag in towards middle, leaving it all down to the anchor, the support player here from G2. Body in a 1 versus 3. No Kevlar, no utility apart from a flashbang. Pasha gonna find him. Body does find that frag and maybe can switch out here for the AK. So he's got an extra additional firepower to work with into this round, but still has to collect both bodies. Finds the second. Oh, Snacks is close as well.
Oh, he tried to go for the play. Snacks peeks around there with a CZ, but will be able to net the kill and keep Virtus.pro in it to win it as they go through an 11-4 half. Dominant stuff from VP, looking like the squad we've been wanting to see for a while, but let's see if they can keep this up as we'll be going into a short break before the conclusion in the second half. (11-4) the scores on the doors, but for VP leading the charge, Snods.
Yes, 11-4 first half from the T side as well on Mirage. Obviously, this is their map pick. Obviously, for G2, they opted to start on their CT side, but let's see. We saw an exciting first half. Can the second half live up to that as well?
Well, it's a nice crossfire here from Bayali and Miku as they will get both the first frags, but Apex and MBK come back through. Apex as well, starting to get reinvigorated now as he needs to clutch this one out, Snods. He's got the Glock in his hands and he's going to win it. Apex proving that he's just absolutely dominant there. Slaps him down with a Glock and runs through to get that opening pistol round all off his own back.
Pretty much saving G2 into this matchup here. If they had lost that pistol, we could have been looking at a 14-4 scoreline potentially when you factor in the fact that the eco, then the force buy, etc. And now we're back into this one. This game's going to be competitive here, Jack. Apex with the quad kill on the pistol, saving G2's chances into this one as we see. 11-5 here. Scout investment there for Snacks. Now coming into this one, a fast mid-take coming out from G2, grouping up together. 2 AKs, UMP for Mixwell, Mac 10 for Body as well. Gonna be the kill there for Kenny S. They're coming out towards B short. Michu had a strong first half. Let's see if he continues it on.
Question is as well, Snods, can this deco work out too well? The rest of them going to be investing into those deagles. You've got Snacks on the scout. He will get the first as he annihilates Kenny S, but there's a trade back through from MBK. Pasha now on the site. Is his biceps big enough to be able to punch down these fools, though, as he finds that kill on Mixwell? Just MBK and Body left remaining. Going to go for the pop flash out, try and keep them at a distance, but instead, he will still fall short. It comes down to Bayali. Close, though, Snods. 1 kill away from being able to clutch that one out. They're keeping it down to the wire every time. Once again, comes down to a 1v1 to decide the round, but MBK with a 3K will be able to keep them through. G2 getting the second round there off the back of the pistol.
Yeah, these rounds have been close so far. Issue here for G2, obviously, having one player surviving means their money hasn't been able to really start to build up and develop into a good situation. 2 AKs, double Mac 10 buy, and the UMP here for G2, but only one player having really $2,000, so quite important now for G2 to really have a strong and efficient anti-eco here. They need to have 4 or 5 players staying alive. They need to have these Mac 10s really fun with the cash here. Otherwise, if Virtus Pro win the first buy round, G2 could be out of cash already.
Yeah, that is very true. G2 could basically just be broken, but gonna have to wait and see. For VP right now, gonna allow them another bomb plant. So they actually do get a little bit more economy to play with as this one will continue on. MBK as well takes down Neo. It needs to pretty much be a flawless round. They try and get as much cash as you can from this for G2 and don't concede anything. Mixwell and Body, they should be allowed to hunt a tad with those SMGs, but obviously you've got to worry about what could happen if they do make too many mistakes.
Yeah, right now for VP, don't really want to be giving away free kills to these SMGs and allowing G2 to really farm their cash up. They know that these rounds have been close. You're only finding 1, still 4 players though surviving for G2. They know exactly where Bialy is, and the HE grenade from Kenny S will eventually finish him off as well. 11-7, G2 still in that 4-round deficit. They have to really hit the ground running here in the second half. And are they going to keep these SMGs into commission as well, obviously? Do they take that risk when they are down 4 rounds? You know, usually we'd see the Mac 10s, the UMPs kept into commission into the first buy round when you see the other team with an advantage because they can take risks because they have a lead. But now for G2, taking risks when they are trailing behind. Could be the downfall potentially. Lining up for the A main smoke. A main smokes, apologies. The A side smokes, obviously. Towards jungle, towards stairs. Apex with the UMP in towards Palace. Going to probably wide swing in towards default. Gets spotted up by Neo, but good positions here from VP. Playing far back with the M4s.
Well, the smokes go down to try and keep them at bay, but instead Neo's going to play around it. Just lie and wait in the smoke and then try and strike from it. Bayali gets first contact on towards Body. There's Neo as he plays out his trap card there. Finds the frag back on MBK. All of a sudden, there's only 3 Ts remaining. Pasha as well. Elevated angles, he denies them. The ticket box security guard slaps him down. It's just on Mixwell, Snods. He's been blown out of the water, as you said. If they pick up that first opening buy round, things could be a little bit awkward for G2. The boat could be rocked.
Yeah, they should be able to buy up, what, 3 AKs here. Even an AWP as well can be dropped over from Apex to Kenny S. They can still definitely buy. Oh, in that last round, great play from VP once again. Playing more passive towards that B side. Obviously, potentially expecting a high-octane style of CS into the first buy, with G2 having those SMGs still in their inventory. Playing passive towards stairs, playing passive towards CT. They allowed G2 to walk into their crosshairs. They had the angles where G2 went for the wide faces and mowed them down one by one, basically going out for the trades each and every time. That's why we saw the 2 versus 1 at the end of it. And now G2. 2 players towards B apartments and 3 outside A. That might signal a B fake into a underpass rush towards, you know, an A split connector and towards A ramp. Could be the call here. But actually, the bomb making its way back towards B apartments, so maybe this is going to be the double bluff here, Jack.
Very possibly. They do go in though. Snacks will get the first as he strikes against them both. 2 easy frags, so he basically worked out what's going down into the round. I mean, the bomb is still on Kenny. They now will go in for the extension on the A site. This could cause the over-rotate, really, but Snacks might as well just hold towards B. Yeah, he isn't going to be forced off. Knows they haven't shown too much. Obviously, shown a bit of skin on A. Trying to force that rotate in, but there's no bomb. And that's going to be what they're looking out for. That last bit of contact, obviously, Snacks here still holding strong. Kenny S now finally comes through, trying to hope that that site would be clear. Nearly takes down Snacks. It would have been the additional cash for the plant. but he gets stopped in his tracks. Snax finds the kill. 21 frags to his name as well. And quite a pivotal factor for VP.
Yeah, Bialy as well, 19 to 13 is his KD. Strong performance yesterday, as he's carried forward today. Round number 21 though, Jack. G2 went for the risky force buy into the last round. They had enough for the 2 AK buy or 3 AK buy at that. That's really a testament to how poor the anti-eco was. Having the 1 versus 1 in the force buy meant that they had no cash that was built up there. Pockets weren't filled. And because of that, they had to work with what they had. You know, CZs, Deagles and whatnot. It wasn't really the most audacious buy. And now forced onto the eco. This is most likely, well, especially now MBK in the 1 versus 5, this is going to be a 14 to 7 scoreline, Jack. This does not bode well going forward into the latter stages of this game here for G2.
Especially for the fact that there's no casualties there again either. So VP actually in a pretty healthy state. Yeah,
$6,000 across the board aggregately for the 5 players from VP. Plus, I mean, if we didn't see a 1 versus 3 pretty much from Apex in that pistol round, this game could have been done already at 16 to 4 or something.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that opening pistol round was their saving grace. It was actually the only thing that allowed them to get back into this one. Now you've got the buy again. 5 AKs, lots of utility to play with here for G2. What are they up to run into this round here?
Yeah, going to be interesting to see for G2, obviously. Lacking the AWP for Kenny, so they can't work off the picks towards middle. But look at this very, very, very heavy investment from VP in towards middle, and that would be the right call to make. G2 hoping that someone gets aggressive from the VP side towards middle. They are going to give the late take towards mid. It seems like VP are expecting that exact same play. Flash from Mishu, waiting for the contact play. Pasha finds the first, flashbang comes through.
Here comes the push, Pasha and Miku. A killer piece. This has not gone well, especially when Pasha's allowed to just bob and weave up like that. Snods, he hits the uppercut on Apex. Spotty and MBK remaining. Bodies down, MBK. Last one to get the boot. 15 to 7. Oh, the state of G2's economy as well. This is basically them broken. You imagine this will probably be a 16-7 now picked up from VP unless there's some major commotion that's caused.
Yeah, great play so far from VP in this matchup. It feels like they've always outread G2 each and every time, it feels like. On their T side, they were going towards the sites, or they were playing mid when G2 were playing heavy towards the bomb sites. They were going for the executions, the B splits when G2 were playing very heavy towards middle, for example. They kept over-rotating and they kept G2 guessing time and time again. And even then into that last round, they read G2 like a book, holding 4 players towards middle. With the minute left on the clock, they didn't budge. They didn't flinch. They were ready for that late mid-take from G2. 15 to 7 will be the reward for their stellar play so far. 8 match points. And when you look at the buy as well, 4 seed sets, they have decent utility Jacker. Galil there for body. But apart from that, this is looking like it's going to shape up to be a 16-7, a very commanding advantage going into the next map here, Inferno.
Yeah, that's going to be nice for VP as well in terms of confidence. Get yourself off the back of the presses instantly, strike the iron while it's hot, come in and pick up these rounds whilst you can. But Apex actually is able to find the frag on Pasha. This now leaves mid completely open. The choke points will be restricted because of this as well, so G2 can group up. You've now got 2 rifles in commission. The AWP going over towards Apex. They can group up, go for a B Bonanza, Snods, and try and bombard their way in. But is the defense going to be good enough? Snax comes through. Miku, he makes his presence known, but he's still able to get multiple frags. 3 kills for Miku. It's all on Apex to try and clutch it out and keep his team alive into this one as he dives down with the CZ. Strikes against Miku. Will kill him with his pistol prowess, but he's still got so much more to do, and he can't quite do it. Snax will slice him through. And that's VP taking the win there in a commanding fashion on Mirage.
Yeah, most definitely. 16 to 7, obviously. Pistols went 1 for 1. So it's not as if we saw, you know, a buffer of 6 rounds from both pistol wins for VP or something. VP on those buy rounds basically just out-maneuvering, outplaying, and out-leading G2 across the board.
Yeah, it just seemed like when it came down to it there, they weren't able to get it going. Just all of those rounds, whenever it was a crunch round, whenever it was about who's just going to be able to clutch it out, VP just looked better, almost as if they were just awake going into it, definitely feeling themselves.
Gambling site called
Betsport.pro.
You can bet on a lot of matches, really a lot, like
Dota 2, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, League of Legends, football or basketball.
of course the best CSGO. This is like CSGO launch. Remember CSGO website. This is not the point bet. This is skin bet.
On their CT side, they kept it fairly competitive. 11 to 4. Well, going into that second half, you know, they got the pistol. They got to the 11-7 scoreline. We said, you know, this is going to be a competitive second half. It's only 4 rounds that separated those 2 teams at that point. But into the bye rounds, VP just showed up each and every time.
Yeah, VP got it together. They worked out what was working for them, and the secret sauce was looking good, Snots.
It was indeed. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see as well in Inferno. Obviously, VP played Inferno yesterday versus NIP. They lost that game 16-7. So if there's anything to use as our example going to the second map, and maybe there's hope here for G2. There was the map pick, obviously, from VP, so we saw a very strong TE side. They were ready for what G2 had to bring, had their strats and strategies ready, and they brought it straight towards the French boys. But yeah, Inferno being the next map here. I think G2 can bring this one back. I still think it's going to be a 2-1 in favor of VP. I think G2's roster is so fresh. We've seen finals in the last matchup, V4 Festival, where VP fell short. 2 Mouse Sports in that grand final 2-1. So I feel like, recent form, they've had an extra few weeks as well on top of what G2's roster's had. I still feel like this is going to be a 2-1, but yeah, I mean, competitive second map, we hope.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is one of the major staples between this best of 3 of either of these sides. Both of the rosters have had a 1-player change, and it's still in its infancy. The fact is, for G2, it was a lot more recent than what we've seen with VP. Obviously, they've had a LAN since, they've had 2 LANs since then, so they've actually had so much time to try and get used to it, to try and get situated with Miku coming into effect, and they've played with Miku in and out for years at times. We've always seen him being subbed in and out of that roster when it comes down to it, so you've got a little bit more communication in terms of understanding how he works and how he fits, rather than Mixwell with G2.
Yeah, speaking of communication, obviously Mixwell on trial right now, still trying to learn French as best as he can, but I wouldn't really say that was poor communication. We saw, good setups from G2, but the setups were called at the wrong time. I felt like G2 were ready, sorry, vice versa. VP were always ready what G2 were calling. But yeah, I mean, it's a honeymoon phase, though, for G2. You're at that point in the roster where each and every loss you can brush over. It's fine, it's fun, it's fun. We're still going to be able to, solve our issues, plug the holes we have in our CT side and whatnot. But yeah, new roster, as you said, still in its infancy, so nothing really to be worried about just yet.
Yeah, that is true. But they're going to have to plug those holes soon, or the boat is going to go down. But we do have another map coming up. It will be the second map in this best of 3, Inferno. Will VP be able to plow their way through and take it down in 2, or will G2 bring it back on the second map of the series? Find out after the break.
And what's up everyone, it's Ed here bringing you guys another video. Today we are on csgopositives.com, as you can see. And this is not like the others gambling website, this is the esports betting one. It's like CSGO Launch and Drake Launch, but in my opinion this is really better. You don't have any commission on deposit, neither on withdraw, so that's nice. Also you can you have their market, it's nice. So yeah, as you can see the stickers and the float and the exteriors right here, so it's nice. You can deposit CSGO items or skins and real money, and withdraw with skins. Also, if you bet a lot, you will get like gems. As you see here, I have 20, and you can cash out that gems for credits. For example, if you have 1,000 gems, you can get like $1. I think this is like $1. So yeah. You also have my referral. I don't know if you want to use it, but I'll leave it down in the description. So yeah. Here you have the live matches, and here you have the upcoming matches where you can bet. You can bet like if they will win the pistol round and stuff, so that's really nice actually. I have like recorded here, but it didn't record, so or the file was corrupted, I don't really remember. You can see here my bets. I went on Immortals, I won, so yeah, and I lost this too. Also I think I withdraw like op boom, but it doesn't seem I can show it right here, so yeah. I'll leave some highlights of the match I bet, so hope you
Pex shocks himself. They didn't actually think about roles. They just said, okay, let's just bring this team together, win everything with the honeymoon period, have everyone motivated, you know, in the deathmatch, one of the play practice, and basically try and get success that way. But actually, didn't really fall that way. And now MPK taking a different approach to the team. No longer is it all just run and gun, trying to play fast pace, obviously going for that force by heavy style of CS. It's more structured. And how is that going to lend, you know, going forward in the, you know, months to come?
Yeah, trying to taper it off, try and take a different approach with it. Could be good to see, but obviously it needs to adapt quickly. It needs to be a quick resurgence here on Inferno. Our second map of the best of 3. If it does go the whole hog, it will be Cobblestone as the decider. But let's stick with the current present right now. One map already going the way of VP. Let's try and launch our way into Inferno and see how it goes down on our second map of the series.
Yeah, obviously, this is the one of 2 semi-finals. Gambit versus Charlotte is going on in the second stream. Not sure actually the first map went on that one, but we'll let you know shortly. So, pistol around here on the second map. Virtus Pro, obviously. This is G2's map pick, so VP got to decide what side they wanted to be on. T or CT side, and they did opt to start on their CT side defense, expecting a B play from G2. Bomb is towards top of Banana as well. You can see right now, Kenny S maybe going to try and show that bomb, use as a fake, try and force another rotation from VP, but so far, Virtus Pro the advantage. The aggression towards second mid and apartments. Mishu finds the first. Oh, and that second frag as well.
Oh, and the third Snods. He's having a bit of a mad one right now. He's just able to run straight over them. Mixwell comes back through, though. Trying to once again be a lifeline for G2, but they're being stunted. Their push isn't going to work out the way they wanted to. Eventually, they find the frag on Neo. Bayali is the only one defending the site. He might be low, but he's still got trigger patience. He's being able to find those frags as he'll connect the headshot back on Kenny S. Mixwell goes down and all. And that is going to be VP getting the opening pistol round.
Yeah, great play there for Mishu. Push coming in towards second middle. Found the first frag. Second, then the third as well towards middle. Annihilating G2 on their push. 1-0 now is going into round number 2. VP with the advantage here. It will be the 4-player force buy from G2. Kenny S not going to opt in as well and join his comrades on that one. Just going to be investing into the P250, obviously. Going to be buying up that AWP into the first buy round here. So not going to invest overly into Kevlar, utility and whatnot. 3 CZs, 1 Deagle as well for MBK. As they make their way through the banana smoke. Neo here, the MP9 will be challenged. Finds the dink onto Apex, but so easy onto low HP, onto 15. Still, 5 versus 5. Minute 25 left on the clock here. Neo and Apex both low.
Yeah, this is true. Both of them taking a bit of damage early on. Apex, the one that comes out worse in this scenario, but by Ali, boosts up his teammate, repositions round, but in reality, G2 now trying to group up outside of A and go for a burst in towards the bomb site. Pasha, if they do run straight by him, they're going to be caught into a crossfire with him and Miku. And really, that MP9 can tag him up, at least get him incredibly low so Miku can finish him off. But MBK goes out, tries to find the first Eagle shot, but goes down to Miku. And this is where his teammate's going to swarm in as well. Pasha with the correct timing and the correct play. Only gets 1, though.
Sports out the second player. Mixwell and Body, both towards Arch. Apex as well, remember, onto low HP, was dinked down early by Neo. Flashbang comes in towards Arch. Neo there. 1 eventually going to be treaded out there by Body. And actually finds a second as well. So now suddenly a 2 versus 2 here. Bayali alone towards the B side. Michu alone towards A. Can G2 try and find this frag here and open up the A side? Michu walks into the crosshair. Body's going to be the one losing this duel this time. Apex onto 2 HP. Easy frag found there by Mishu. Finds the last one as well. 3k for himself into that round. So far, 6 frags and 0 deaths as we do head into round number 3. 2-0. G2. Didn't get the bomb down in the pistol, which means obviously the force by in the last round. Eco now into this one. And even though the last round was close, VP now have a chance to get some cash into their bank balance. SMG's investment, keeping 4 or 5 players staying alive and get their money rolling.
Yeah, for G2. Let's see if that bomb plant is going to be potentially on the cards. Very aggressive here from Pasha as well. As you can see, he's going to be hunting for those frags. Just depends on the timing. Actually, Apex could strike him from the sideline. Gets 2 as well. Somehow Apex finds that second frags on Snacks that he never should have been able to connect towards. Neo is on the hunt. Apex is still going on a mad one, Snods. He's had 3 frags already with a CZ into the round. He's going to be out of ammunition before he gets another chance.
Oh, 4 so far, actually. 7 bullets left in the chamber onto that CZ. Bayali now on the 1 versus 2. They know exactly where he was towards the B site. So they're going to be anticipating the A site to be completely clean and completely clear. The M4 given to Apex has Kevlar 50 HP as well. Now we could be seeing the Ace here from the French star.
Just depends if Bayali can actually bludgeon them on the retake. He's going to be waiting out, going for that bomb to go down. Apex on the overextension, but it doesn't matter. The trusty CZ, it's been blessed by Apex as it comes through. Body will take down by Ali, and they stop VP from getting that third round. And most importantly, they absolutely crunch their money. Look at that, Snods, left in a horrible position now.
Yeah, obviously 2 players surviving in the force buy into round number 2, and then losing versus the Eco from G2, getting too apprehensive and too aggressive towards middle. Apex capitalizes off of that one towards Vietnam, pops his little head out there, finds the 2 frags towards middle, gets a trade frag as well. Onto Neo in towards mid, and then the 2 versus 2 goes in their favor. 2-1 here, G2 bringing this one back fast, not allowing VP to even make it to the buy rounds. Now forcing out the full eco. Just going to be careful invested into by Snacks, CZ as well. And then 3 USPs and 1 PT50 there for Pasha Biceps. And that's actually really big for G2 because going into the next round, if VP buy up into round number 5, there may be no AWP, there may be no defuse kit, the Molotov's utility that is required to gain control towards Banana might just be vacant.
Yeah, they could be starved for some of the necessary pieces of the puzzle. Nicely done as well. Body going to blow by Ali at the server as he dunks on him with the HE. Mixwell coming through, but it's actually still Body to just continue his damage as he finds the headshot. That's himself a kill against Neo. 3 CTs remain. Pasha coming through with a massive double kill. The left and right hook in quick succession. Hungry for more. Pasha blowing him to pieces, Nods. It's a 1v1 now. Snacks versus MBK as a marathon to run for Snacks. Let's see what he can achieve into this round. 10 HP is all he has.
Fakes the mid flash. I don't think that's going to be catching MBK off guard this time. Both players onto low HP. Snacks 1 bullet away from defeat. And actually, going to be calling the save onto this one. Has the UMP he can drop over into the next round, or the CZ, apologies, he can drop over to the next round to one of his teammates. The UMP as well he has in his arsenal. Maybe there's a rifle to retrieve of one of the corpses there. But obviously all the players from G2 died towards the B site, so it's not as if he can run back and try and, get an AK from one of the corpses from G2. Instead, he will be saving the UMP. So, G2, are they going to be met with a full buy around here from Virtus Pro, or Virtus Pro going to go for the double save? No, actually, because he saved the UMP, he can drop that over to Mishu, so now they have a full buy. That was actually a really good save there. Made sense when you looked at the economy holistically. 2-2 now, all squared up. Finally, we get to see the first buy around here in this second map. VP 1-0 up here after claiming Mirage 16-7, heavily in favor of themselves. AWP, investment there for Pasha Biceps, 3 and 4s as well to finish off the rest of the buy. Mishu being dropped the UMP means he can afford that defuse kit that I spoke about before. So the buy is actually looking fairly strong.
Yeah, that is true. They're into a good position because of it, otherwise they would have been starved for the kits. Now they can actually use that on Miku into a late round retake. Let's wait and see what Virtus Pro are up to do. In terms of aggression, they're keeping it nice and slow. Not overextending. They're playing it far back towards the site. But we don't see any controller coming out through towards Banana, actually. They do play it quite a lax style. Just going to hold in the crossfire and support each other as the push comes round by Ali. Just going for the dry face as he wants to hold the angle with the M4.
At what point does Pasha rotate? There's been no showing towards mid from G2. The smoke actually in the flashbang as well. Going to try and delay VP. Or G2, apologies, as much as possible. The elevated angle here from Neo finds one, spamming through the smoke, but he's out of bullets.
Oh, somehow he actually stays alive there as well, though, Snods, as he's been able to keep himself in the action. Bialy does go down shore. Neo just have a spam back through, barely missing where the bomb planter would have been. So now it is into the 4v4. The retake scenario. Pasha coming up close and personal here with the AWP, scoping round as he leans in, edging out through garden, hoping to get a golden opportunity to try and pick him to pieces and be the catalyst to start this round off on the retake. Kenny S up close and personal with the AK, though, wants to slay, finds a first and a second as he takes them both down in quick succession. Pasha, he's going to need to get out of there, uses the smoke, but it won't give him a shroud to get away with. They do actually recover the AWP as well. Apex is going to find it. That can be dropped over to Kenny. For G2, that's a very effective round. They basically get themselves another one for free as well, as VP are going to be broken because of it.
Yeah, simple as well. Straight into the B execution. Smoke towards Coffin, smoke towards CT, Molotov in towards the site as well, towards first oranges, and the flashes through to the site. VP playing the double setup towards CT, obviously. One towards CT, then the boosted player as well towards CT. Playing for that retake. The idea is there, Jack, you find the first frag, and then you play retake 5 versus 4. But unfortunately for VP, Apex finding that first frag, turning it into the 4 versus 4, made that retake quite awkward. And the thing is, as well, from G2, they showed no presence towards apartments, no presence towards middle, and we still saw no rotation from Pasha. G2, are they going to try and exploit the paranoia potentially now from VP? Are they going to try and fake the B side, go back in towards middle? Are they going to be going for more of a default play now across the map? You know, 2 towards second mid, 1 holding for the mid push, 2 towards banana. Play that map control style of CS, you know, gain control of banana, gain control of apartments, gain control of top mid. And then try and work their magic, you know, fakes, executions, you name it.
Oh, tagged up by the Molotov, but it's only a slight little dink towards him. Quick peek from Neo as well as he hammers back on the trigger of the P250. Kenny S comes through on towards Snacks, and there's just 2 men remaining now for that CT side. They're not even been able to find that kill on Apex. He's so low, but he's still going to be able to get through, Snods. So they don't dent the economy at all. They concede the round. The bomb plant will go down for G2. So they've made the most amount of money out of this one as they could.
Yeah, so far, 5 players alive. Obviously, if they had the SMGs, could be a little bit more efficient. But at this point for G2, the rounds are going to be what they're after, plus the 5 players staying alive. So no one having to, you know, be dropped a weapon, no one having to rebuy their Kevlar, rebuy into utility, for example. They can keep their money afloat. Especially as now as Epic finds that last frag onto Bialy. 4-2 now as we go into round number 7. Virtus Pro going to have to start to wake up here, otherwise if they lose this one, they're going to be down, what, 3 rounds, then another weak quasi-buy, for example. G2 could get off to a very, very strong start here on their map pick as well. And maybe it could be fate, as we should be seeing Cobblestone as the deciding map here. It will be single op setup once again from VP. 4 M4s as well to finish off the rest of the buy. Actually, 3 players using the silenced M4 for VP. That's quite interesting.
It's true. That's actually very uncommon, to be honest with you.
We know that Nia used to like it, so does Bialy, but Snacks also joining the party there, the silenced M4. Just Mishu with the 30 bulleter. But now, for G2, they have body holding for the aggression towards second mid. Still grouping up towards B though. 3 players here towards top banana. Molotov towards the top corner, plus towards sandbags. Pete coming in from Apex, obviously being that entry role, trying to open up and tear his way through these sites. As the Pete comes in, Apex takes the duel, commits to it. Spots out Nia towards Coffin.
Getting the first tag off, but Nia will be tapered down to just 48 HP. Although they have warded off G2, they're going to go for the whole roundabout rack round to the A site. They do have the bomb. They've only taken a small amount of damage for their troubles as well. Pasha holding the close angle here by Arch. He's armed with the AWP. He should be able to deny this push if he actually gets into a position as he just waits for him to go round. 45 seconds left on the clock and no immediate burst from G2 just yet. So they might try and lampoon him, Snots, potentially the double bluff.
Yeah, potentially. Mixwell has 1 smoke to work with, so does Apex. They can smoke Coffin CT again. Maybe send Mixwell in and see if he can set a good enough fake. Let's see what he can do on the job.
Oh, straight in but straight out. Obviously keeping them on their toes, but no real over-rotate has been forced because this. All this means is Pasha falls back and holds instead from Library. But he is going to be hearing all of the audio, all of the footsteps as they push round. Gets the first, but can't quite get the second as Body was in such a close angle there with support of MBK as the bomb will now go down just in the nick of time. It would have to be a 2v4. This is probably just going to be another save here for VP at this point.
Yeah, pretty much has to be at this point, doesn't it? Mixwell, though, going to be hitting the steps onto Neo. Bialy finds one across towards the A side, but Mixwell gets the frag. So, just leaving Bialy now in the 1 versus 3. You know, they are going to be into a fairly large round loss bonus, so maybe, just maybe VP could go for the force buy and try to rate, but there's no real reason why. Sometimes if G2's money is low, you can force it and try to break their economy instead of your money that's in tatters right now. So, going to be the safe hit. Actually, be able to salvage the AK into round number 8. Yeah, VP, if only they had more utility. 20 seconds left on the clock. G2 pounce on that A site. No Molotovs, though. No smokes left in VP's inventory to try and delay as much as possible. Instead, they had to go for the peaks. They had to go for the challenges and the duels. Only Pasha finding a frag towards Arch. Apart from that, everyone else from VP losing their individual lane battles, leaving us with a 5-2 scoreline as we have a bit of a stare down.
Yeah. Trying to work out what they actually want to do as the round. Actually, with the buy coming through. Snacks with the Deagle. You got Pasha over on the Mag 7. Neo going to play on the close angle here as well with the UMP. As it's a 3-player setup early on towards this site. Oh, unfortunate there. Pasha tried to blow him to bits with a shotty, but instead he is going to be the one that's sent to sleep. As they've taken the A sites. Nods to rotate as well. Back down Banana is going to be warded off by Mixwell. It's only 1 minute and 20 on the clock as well. So this has been quite a rapid round coming through from G2.
Yeah, fast. Rush up through middle, rush up towards Arch, obviously expecting pistols from VP. Expecting VP to be onto that low bias. They can go for an Arch wrap, obviously. If you go towards Arch, getting towards Library, you have the long-range duels towards Balcony, towards the A site, towards Pit itself. So you do have the advantage there, but actually VP. I said I'd be surprised if they went for the force buy around the one saved M4, but it seems like they have. They go for the investment, they go for the buy, and now they're saving 3 weapons here, so they can once again buy up for another time into round number 9. Obviously, Pasha and Snacks can both be dropped over M4s.
Yeah, they're still going to be able to get the save out, as long as there isn't anything too crazy coming out from G2. They don't somehow in the last few seconds of this round hunt and find them, but they're miles away still. They're not really overextending as well. They're keeping it close to their chest at least. So VP will get through with the 3 weapons and be able to squeeze the buyout into the next one here, but VP, they need to get their heads together. They need to buck up their ideas soon, Snods.
Yeah, you got to think as well, what has G2 even done so far? They've had B executions, A rushes as well. They had the Arch rush in the last round where they catch Pasha off guard with a shotgun. And they wrapped in towards the A site and found success there. Then you had the rounds where they went for the double execution towards the B site and won with just that. G2 being 6-2 up right now, really a testament to how impactful that full eco round victory was, especially the 4K there from Apex as well, because it's led them in such a good position now. They broke the money from VP, forced out the weak buys. And now the reward is the 4-round advantage here. 6-2 so far to round banana. It will be the slow round coming out from G2. They're actually going to be conceding banana control, giving over to VP. Now Virtus Pro can leave 1 player towards banana, rotate an extra player towards Arch potentially. Oh, who's there towards banana? Is Bialy with the AK, plus as well Neo. They don't have an extra smoke here, Jack, so they can't actually leave 1 player alone towards the B site. Instead, they have to keep 2 entrenched here. Mixwell towards T-Stairs, holding for that banana push, just in case VP get a bit audacious, a bit aggressive, and try to seek out some information on the flank. Speaking of aggression, he may just be walking to Kenny S's crosshair, and he will. Pasha Bicep concedes the first frag. Now 5 versus 3 as Apex chimes in as well.
Yeah, Apex getting huge there on the second refrag, and more to be done from him. Just brutal as he's being able to bludgeon anyone that dares to defy him. All of a sudden, it's just left in the hands of Bialy. Miles away as well. He's going to have to try and push the whole way around back towards the A site. And all of his angles of attack are being held. The choke points are in position. Gets the first kill back on towards body, but even then there will be a trade from Mixwell. That couldn't even be a possible save for Bialy, meaning that's the 7th round now for G2. And they're picking these up in quick succession, back and back. For VP as well, they're just not getting it together quick enough. This is going to be an 8th round now for G2, you'd imagine. Actually, the full investment does come out. They're going to pump everything into it and run the risk.
Yeah, they're going for another buy here, Jack. Are they digging their hole deeper and deeper with each and every force buy they're going for? Let's see, they do have the maximum round loss bonus. They could have quasi-buyed into this round and full buyed into round number 11, but maybe they don't want to give away that 8th round to G2. Shotgun for Snacks. M4 onto Bialy. And to Neo. UMP into commission here from Mishu. Oh, but already one of these rifles taken out of the server. Apex continuing this form he's had from yesterday. Incredible entries across the map here. 5 versus 4. Entry found. Neo accidentally shooting. Actually just swaps out the 30 bullet M4 for the silenced one. So really does favour that gun.
They're loving the silenced M4s right now. But MBK, he'll get the kill on Snacks. There's nothing too crazy from the auto shotty. So it falls into a 5v3. Still a minute now. As G2 have time to play with. Grouped up outside the A site, looking like they will go for a burst in though and try and annihilate the defense on the fly. And they've got so much utility as well. Actually, it will be the rotate back round. Kenny S falls short to Pasha, but they're still holding strong, believing it really will be a play on A. And the B-bomb site is being eyed up. They're sizing it up and deciding when they want to go for this, as they will push through. They use the smokes and the flashbangs to give them some moment of protection. Neo needs to go huge with the M4 he has in his hands, as he'll be able to spray. Gets the first one, had to extend further out because the Molotov Mixwell kills him. And once again, you imagine this is a save for VP.
Yeah, especially with the double up setup as well. But it's going to be the continued narrative. They can save these 2 orbs. They can drop over 2 M4s. You know, we might see Neo or Snacks with a shotgun or a UMP buying up into utility. The same song. VP being played. And that is 2 players staying alive, 2 players saving, 2 players dropping over. A decent buy, but not quite, you know, an elaborate one, an abundant one, a robust one. And now, 8 rounds lost on the trot ever since losing that full eco versus pretty much just Apex.
Yeah, Apex 14-6. Actually, even in Mirage as well, he was looking on the ball. Oh, Pasha goes down. That's one of the AWP's lost nods, just meaning only one gets through. All the time invested into that as well. VP busting out the tactical pause needed.
Yeah, definitely. What do you do though? What do you change? Obviously, banana control, they had it in the last round. Instead, Apex has found 2 opening frags towards the A side. How do you deal with Apex right now completely on fire, opening up the sights across the board? He had the double entry 2 buy rounds ago towards the A side, up towards Arch. Then you factor in as well the first frag he found us to Bialy in the last round towards Banana. How do you try and stop that sort of issue? Do you go for the AWP setup? That could be, you know, this could be the thing, right? Double AWP setup could be strong. AWP towards Banana, AWP towards middle as well. We saw Pasha walked into the scope from Kenny S and gave away the first frag towards the A side, one of the earlier rounds. But yeah, obviously Pasha did go down in the few seconds left, so he didn't actually save the secondary AWP. But I feel like a double AWP setup, one towards Banana, one towards A, could be strong. Another, you know, bonus you have as well when you play the double AWP setup is you can save utility. You can have your smokes at 40 seconds, your Molotovs at 25 seconds, for example, if you hold these angles with the AWPs.
All right now, though, Snods, it is only Miku who has an actual weapon in his hands as he does have the AWP out. Let's see if he can actually find a couple of frags. If it gets the first takedown Apex, it's going to be the bomb drop down as well. But the rest of his teammates are still only armed with those pistols. So the buy is so much stronger for GT. Their arsenal is teeming with firepower. Oh, and the caliber of it is displayed as well. Connection there on the headshot from Mixwell takes down Miku as well. Hits the deck, and all of a sudden it's just Pasha left. Pasha somehow pulls the old switcheroo there on towards MBK. He didn't have an idea about where he was, but it doesn't matter. His body will still find the frag. They got it down to just 2 members left on G2, but it's still a round win for them. But here's the real round now. The reinvestment, as you said, the double up setup is coming out.
This is what I want to see. Is Apex currently on fire? 14 frags, 7 deaths, and these 14 kills are such pivotal rounds as well. We haven't seen many ecos come out from VP. They've forced each and every time, so Apex is basically tearing his way through these sites. Pasha gonna go for the peek towards middle, hoping that someone wide faces into his crosshair at the start of the round. Where is that other AWP? Neo AWPing towards the B. So actually, with the skyboxes here, you can actually ricochet a really strong grenade towards top Banana. But instead, he would just lob it towards Banana itself and do 15 points of damage to Mixwell. We are seeing an AWP towards B and an AWP towards A. Actually having the AWP towards the B site. Neo going to be left alone towards B. Heavy stack at the A site now from Virtus Pro. They're starting to take the risks here.
They go for the gamble. Let's see if they're going to win themselves the jackpot. Instead, it's MBK that's going to hit it. Finds the frag on by Ali, blows him to pieces there.
And that's with the silenced M4 from Bialy as well. It's not as if he saw the traces through the smoke. And now Neo, last line of defense at the B bomb site. G2 starting to march in towards B. Pasha finding the frag onto body spots. No one else towards middle as well. Going to be rotating in towards Speedway. Here comes G2, charging down the doors here at B.
Smokes go through. Neo is ready for it, but Snods, he misses once again. Another frag going to be tied back to MBK, as he's just dealing damage with this AK right now. Kenny S comes through and towards Miku. It's just Snacks and Pasha. And they just look like they need to try and scurry out of there. A further save for VP. The damage has already been done. You can't really be able to go for this retake. You have to save it out. It's just unfortunate for him. Off the back of the pause as well. No success found, even with the double up setup coming out.
Yeah. We have as well Apex in towards quad, searching for Pasha. They know that Pasha came in through CT, so they expect him to be towards middle, towards Arch. And there you have it. Apex going to catch him out towards Library. Just Snacks now last alive here. Yeah, I mean, what do you say about this round as well for VP? They go for the double up setup. It should have worked. You should have seen. Neo, the first frag, falling back into a better scenario. Second frag, you know, a 5 versus 3 in favor of VP. Yes, even if Neo dies, you know, you can maybe find that advantage for VP, and then in the retake they have, you know, something to work with. Instead, you know, Neo's in such a exposed position. As soon as he misses that shot, he has nowhere to fall back. Easily taken care of there. Goes down to G2. There we have it. 10-2. 8-run advantage. Already a double-digit scoreline put up by G2 into this one. complete stark contrast to what we saw from the performance from the French guys in the last matchup on Mirage. So it looks, you know, like fate that we're going to be seeing Cobblestone here as the decider.
Oh, Mixwell as well from the first frag back towards Neo there by Ali, trying to be able to stop this one, but he can't quite do it. As Apex comes through, he's at Half-Life, but he's still being able to find these kills. So only 3 members remain for VP. G2 proving they are just an absolute dominant force right now on Inferno here. Setting themselves up outside the A site. There's a welcome mat down, but they don't realize the site is clear yet. They haven't pushed in, so they haven't got that read. Snacks, he's given just a slight amount of time to re-rotate back in. And MBK going to be leading this swarm as G2 try and get towards the site. Snacks falls to Kenny S, and it's just Miku and Pasha left. Once again, a 2v4, Snods.
It's going to be another save. Bomb planted in towards safe. And there you have it. Mishu whips out the knife. Does a 180 and comes in towards his B site. Pasha, Mishu, gonna save. And do we see another tactical pause here potentially? Is the fact that VP have Mirage in the bag already? Is that why they're playing a bit more loose, a bit more, you know, allowing G2 to really rack up the rounds before going for the tactical pauses?
It's a good question. I mean, the fact is as well is it just depends. VP on Inferno right now, obviously, you've got to look towards G2 being the stronger team on the map. But the risk factor is that Mixwell was so new into the team, you wondered if things had changed there, if there had been some issues afoot. But it's been looking fabulous for him. Miku actually going to try and deny them here towards the end of the round. Does get 2 frags and picks in the pieces, but even then, it's not going to be that much. Does save the AWP though. That is more of an important factor.
Yeah, Kenny S there having some fun, run boosting MBK. Doesn't quite work out and actually gives an AWP over to Mishu, which will be dropped to Pasha. Round number 14. Only 1 player surviving, but no save here for VP. They're going to fight for that 11-4 scoreline. Try and bring it back in that second half if they can win the pistol. Try and bring it back, you know, from an 11-7 scoreline. Orpit from Kenny S will be challenging first. Bialy gets the first frag. Finally an advantage now for VP into these rounds. They cannot concede the lead they have right now. They cannot afford to go down 12-2. Otherwise, mentally, they could just be tapping out already.
Yeah, you could be in a situation where you just let the game slip away before it's even closed out at that point. For VP, can they try and get themselves a couple of rounds here on the board towards the end? Obviously, the first map we saw, it was an 11-4 half in favor of VP. This time around, it's an 11-2. And G2 are the ones that have just dominated them. Pete comes out though towards the A site. Snod Snacks. He's in position, supporting Miku as they try and wait for the push to come towards him. Still a minute on the clock.
As you said, 55 seconds left to work with now for G2. Bomb going back towards Banana, so most likely we see a bit of a fake here. MBK maybe smoking towards Arch or smoking towards Mini Pit. Mixwell, actually apologies, body there towards Apartments. But it was a smoke towards Mini Pit. Body here towards Apartments. Going to try and sell a fake as if it's an outburst. Comes in. What does he know? There's Snacks actually on the balcony. Jumps down. Snacks finds that first frag there. On towards the A side, leaving Bialy towards B, but the HGs are perfect.
Yeah, that's huge. Nice double nade there. Bounce it off the skybox so it lands against him. Slam dunks him out of the server. Neo trying to rack up a couple of frags with a UMP. Oh. Nice hat trick comes out from VP there, actually, as Neo steps up the mark. Saves another AWP as well, so the double AWP setup is now back into play.
Yeah, Pixel, perfect flashbang there towards that B side. All 3 of the players there completely white. 11-3, then VP are fighting back into this one. They will not go quietly into the night. There you have it. You know, they found success early on. Bialy wins the first duel versus Kenny S.'s AWP. Makes it a 5 versus 4. Failed fake towards A as well. Snacks mops up body towards the balcony with just the CZ. Finally, we're starting to see something go in favor of the Polish boys. Double up to the once again. Then Nia going to be winning this one towards the B side. Pasha off angle there towards Arch. Ooh, actually the flash is so good. So is the smoke. Kenny S trying to round it off a shot through the smoke. Going to fall back as well. Boost towards quad. So, elevated angle here for Mishu. Well, he's hurt there. Body with a wall bang. And she sets up the frag for Mishu. So 5 versus 4 here in favor of VP once again.
Looks like they're trying to make it in the 11-4 half, but this time in favor of G2. MBK with 2 frags though. By Ali spamming down towards mid. He is litting them up. They're all fairly low. Strongest life there is going to be Mixwell, left on 71 HP as they are grouped up going for a play towards the A site. You can see VP still dubious of the fact that it is going to be a commit. So Neo Sticks over at B whilst he waits for the play to come through. Snacks and Co are in position waiting for this now as they slowly make their moves. Snots Mixwell with a backstab. It needs to be absolutely perfect with the timing. Finds by Ali. It's just one man they need to single out. Snacks in pit. He's giving away his position as well as he fires off the warning shots to try and connect these kills. Goes down to MBK. It's all on Neo. He's got to try and sprint round towards the A bomb site. He's left in a 1v3, an AWP retake. And all the members are fairly low, Snods.
Yeah, not the weapon you want in this scenario. For once, we're not going to be seeing VP save. We are going to see some sort of clutch scenario here. But it is forced. It is the last round of the half. Neo finds one, whips out the deagle, and actually these players are so low. One shot from the AK will find success here. Kenny S missing the first shot, lines up the Frago to mix another 1 versus 1, goes for the pre-fire. And there you have it, 1 versus 3 with the defuse kill as well. He has time, 11-4. Can VP win that second half pistol, bring it back? Let's find out shortly after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now about to get underway with our second half here, the second map between Virtus Pro and G2. Things looking completely different, an absolute role reversal from the first map.
Yeah, obviously 11-4 in the first half for Mirage in favour of VP on their T side, and now complete reversal. It's all in favour of the French boys, G2 leading the charge, 11-4.
Yeah, that is true. They've actually got some momentum behind them. They've been looking good, racking up consistent rounds through and through. And literally, it's the scoreline we saw on the first map.
Yeah, completely reversed. Obviously, thanks to the 1 versus 3 from Neo there, the last portion of that first half through on Inferno. But it is the pistol. G2, if they win this one, they can close the second map up fast and send us over to Cobblestone as the decider. But then again, VP on their T side, remember, can they fight back and make it a 2-0 and come back from the brink of defeat?
Well, going to be going for their push-up. Looks like it could be a play towards the A site, Snods, with a burst possibly through apps. You've got a little bit of utility sprinkled in as well. 3 flashbangs, 2 smokes between the Virtus Pro boys as they set themselves up.
Let's see then. It's going to be the apps burst coming in towards the A site. 2 towards mid, 3 towards apartments. The smokes rain in towards mini pit, the flashes as well, but body towards graveyard is in such a strong position to counter this.
Is he going to put them in the graves though as he tries to peek out? Instead, he is the one that's going to be going down. Undertaken by Ali as he finds 3 quick frags. And he's tilted him so much, they've left the service nods. All of a sudden, it's just Apex left in a 1v3, 1v4 rather, as Pasha comes through back on towards MBK. Apex is going to be roaming around, seeing what he can actually get up to here. Obviously, he does have a kit, a double flash on him, so wouldn't be surprised if he saves it.
Yeah, why give away the double flashbang kit, as you said? You know, save that for the next round. Obviously, they can go for the force buy into round number 17. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we know some crazy antics can happen in these CZ buys. Having the defuse kit as well just means they have even more of a chance to win it. Plus, the double flashbang as well could be used towards banana. They could burst towards B. They can burst towards middle as well if they wanted to. So much more they can work around.
Well, it very much is a complete repeat of what we saw in Mirage in terms of the scoreline now then, as VP take the pistol. They bring it up to an 11-5 scoreline. As the investment does come out. For G2, they're going to be a bit broken, but they do force into it ever so slightly with a couple of CZs coming out between 3 of the players. Apex still has the kit that was held onto from the prior round, yeah. As they do pump some cash into this, G2 are going to try and take the fight towards them. For VP, though, only 2 SMGs. Actually, the 3 SMGs there with the UMP over on Miku as well.
Yeah, 3 or heavy investment into the SMGs. Obviously, trying their best to stack up the most amount of money as fast as possible. 2 MAC-10s, 1 UMP as well for Mishu, 2 AKs to be out in by Pasha. But they're going 1 for 1 there. Mishu with the reply frag eventually. 4 versus 4, then MBK still up close and personal. Backed up as well by Apex with the CZ, with the defuse kit that was saved in the last pistol round. Leaving just Snacks alone towards second mid here. And actually, we could have some antics towards second mid. Snacks up close. Next to the CZ as well towards Boiler.
Oh, mixed well. Connects the headshot there towards Snacks as he flicks his mouse up and takes him down with that strike. It's just a 4v3. Actually, G2 looking like they could try and come in with an upset round here, Snods. They do have the potential for it. Spam through from Apex is going to barely whiz by his opponent's ears, as Pasha is on the scene of the crime now. Apex still just going for these bob and weave style peaks, as he loves it. MBK as well on the drive-by. Mixwell for the final blow. They win it on the reset round. That's a 12-5 scoreline now, Snods.
Vintage G2 there, winning the CZ by 12-5 now, the 7-round advantage for the G2 boys. They won the pistol round earlier with the CZ off the back of Apex and the full eco. And now they win with the pistols once again. VP not going to be happy with how that scenario's gone. Remember, twice now they've lost versus those upgraded pistols. And now, 7-round deficit here for the Polish side. Going to be going for the force buy though, even Pasha investing into it as well. 3 ZZs, 2 P250, so they will have smokes, flashes to work with, so they can, you know, smoke towards mid-pit, group up and replicate the same pistol round they had only moments ago. But MBK spots Pasha running in towards middle, should be telegraphing a mid-take and an A-play here from VP.
If they do try and go for this burst out through balcony, body's going to be a nuisance. Kenny S as well wanted to try and cause some mischief, but instead it's Apex that actually does come through with the frag body. Still holding strong as he sticks hunkered down in position. He's going to be swarmed at, and the CZs can definitely have power in close range, but he finds the first kill, will be traded back upon. Mixwell now trying to come out with the M4 push from both sides, but gets both of the kills in quick succession. And all of a sudden it's just by Ali left. Going for the bomb plant. Will be able to get it down, so at least squeezes out some additional cash for the VP side. But a 2 versus 1 retake by Ali only on 10 HP. It should be in favor of G2, and it will go their way. Mixwell with the kill. Defuse comes back through 13-5 now. Yep,
8-round advantage now for G2. Going into round number 19. The bomb was planted though, so it could be the force buy once again for VP. We know how heavy they've been into going for those pistol investments. Ooh, the kill actually will be going into Mixwell's inventory. So what about the little things there, Jack? Smell frag towards apartments, whips it round for the 180. You can see the mouse swipe across his mouse mat. Guess that second frag as well. The player trying to wrap him towards Arch. Let's see, then it will be the force buy coming out from VP. Actually, no, going to go for more of the CIS sort of force buy. One player dropped over the AK. Mishu investing into Kevlar as well, so they have 1 AK to work with. They can go for a concept play, recycle the AK as well, even if Mishu goes down. Basically play pass to passer with that Kalashnikov and try their best to open up the A side and try get the bomb down at least.
Nades are going to be lobbed out early on there. You can see VP actually investing all that utility in very early stages of this round, Snod. So now only left with 2 flashbangs and a smoke. Actually just 1 flash as well, as that gets popped out to try to give Miku some ground to cover as he peeks round on quad. It's going to be a hit towards the A side, but Miku's been absolutely owned there. His body comes through with Tomb Frags. Mixwell as well, going to be able to shut down Neo. Bially's the only one achieving anything for Virtus Pro right now. And this is awkward. A minute left on the clock, but they're not really in a position to do too much and find success. Mixwell with 2 frags through the smoke as well on towards Pasha. As G2 get themselves so close to match point.
21 kills here for the new addition to G2, obviously. On trial currently, trying to see if he actually fits into the team. And just by pressing tab, we can tell you, so far he's looking rather comfortable in this new roster. 14-5 then. VP going to go for the force buy into this one. Obviously, Mishu invested into that AK Kevlar in the last round, so just going to be deducted down to a UMP into this one, round number 20. Good utility as well from VP, but a massive, massive scoreline advantage here for G2. 2 rounds away from sending us to Cobblestone already. That's what it takes now for G2.
It's going to be hard for VP to actually get themselves back into this matchup. It's really so far gone. It's the fact as well, they don't really have any room for mistakes.
Yeah, important hit to note as well. MBK alone towards B, but remember, he has the smoke. He can extend the clock here towards the B side. Lobs a nade as well towards Pasha Biceps. Going to be doing 43 points of damage as well onto himself, leaving just 57 health. Well, he can smoke up Banana again. Once he spots the players as well, Jack has a Molotov to delay them. So it gives time for Apex to rotate back round towards the B site. The setup strong here from G2. They have the additional player here. Apex lurking through the smoke, catches the body. But actually, Mishu, the UMP, finds that first frag. He's onto low HP then. Will be traded out eventually there by Mixwell. 4 versus 4 as the bomb. Still towards T stairs, and you can see Virtus Pro filtering back in towards the B site now. MBK is about to be tested.
Yeah, and this is where MBK is so useful as well, because the fact he's wasted so much time by staying here, and he still has his smoke snods, that will rack off an extra few seconds off the clock that is already down to its last legs.
Creeping up outside B. MBK has the Molotov, remember. 25 seconds left. The Molotov could seal the deal here, waiting for the indication of grenades, and there it is. Molotov lobbed out. The rotations are swarming in from G2 as well.
Yeah, they're just going to have to push through it. They know it's now or never. It's do or die as they just sprint in. Mixwell, a further shot through the smoke as he finds these frags consistently, time and time again. MBK slays Neo. Match point is looking on the cards now for the G2 boys. They bounce in towards the bomb site and overpower everyone that's there, apart from Bially, hiding in the shadows, trying to creep his way back into the round, but MBK will tackle him. That is going to be a 15-5 scoreline. It now needs to be flawless. Every round has to be a victory for Virtus Pro. And that is going to be such a hard margin to have tasked against them. You can see as well with the cash, the investment can come out, but they're going to be a little bit starved for economy in terms of utility here and there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the bomb was planted, so it's an extra $800 across the board here for VP. UMP for Neo, 4 AKs as well for the rest of the boys here from Virtus Pro. 10 match points though for G2. Cannot be understated how good their Inferno has been here on their T and CT side. MBK with the Molotov to rule them all as seen, but a flash towards Banana open things up.
Oh, Apex playing with confidence as ever as he peeks through, body slams onto 2 of them and leaves it with just Neo, Bially and Pasha as the trio that is left alive on the side of Virtus Pro. They're going to need to have an absolutely huge round if they want to keep themselves alive, and it's the fact that it has to be every round in and out from this point onwards, Nods. The damage already be done to this extent as well in the early game. It's not boding well for them into what could be the final round of the second map here.
It's true. I mean, if they make one mistake, they've lost it. They are switching out the AK for the UMP, though. Molotov goes in from Apex so he can try and survey top Banana. Doesn't spot anything out just yet. MBK at the elevated angle, they're boosted towards first oranges. Has the smoke ready to deploy, so if VP make it obvious they are coming, the smoke could come through. That will delay them. Are they really going to be wanting to walk through a smoke versus both Apex and MBK? That could be their demise.
Well, you got a heightened angle for Bially, but he's not really getting too much information. That's the fact that is going to be annoying for them. Another smoke goes down as well. This is only 30 seconds left on the clock. After this, they're going to be so restricted in terms of time. They realize they're going to have to try and go for a bit of an audacious play. Boost comes up, but MBK repositions at just the right time. Pasha finds a frag on towards Mixwell, but there's Apex with a double. It's all on Pasha now. Apex could be on for the ace, which he gets. Aces it out. 16 rounds claim for G2 as they shut it down incredibly fast there in Inferno.
16-5 there for G2, obviously. First map, 16-7 in favor of VP and Mirage. 16-5 there in Inferno for G2, and now the final map, the deciding map, Cobblestone.
Yeah, we've gone the whole hog. We've been able to make it to the third map, obviously. Both of these teams looking like they're just being unprecedented, just completely dominant and in the driving seat. We get to the other map pick, and it's a complete role reversal.
Exactly, G2, new roster, remember, only a week old. So in terms of that map, pool, is it going to be that deep? Not really, no. They're going to be focusing on their cobblestones, focusing on Inferno, focusing on the maps that they're expecting to go for their picks. Obviously, you can see Mirage playing more of that mixy style on both CT and T. And Virtus.pro completely exploiting that factor there. I mean, the skill really showing from G2. I mean, the rounds we saw from both Mixwell and Apex were out of this world.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Apex has actually been the MVP of G2 for both days. He's been
crazy,
huge in every series we've seen. Massive clutch rounds coming through, barrels of impact frags, stepping up to the mark when he needs to consistently. And I mean, the pizzazz there, the finesse to close it down with an ace on the final round. Doesn't get better than that.
I wonder how many frags he ended that one with, maybe 25, 26, something ridiculous like that. It's pretty stated that if Apex is firing on all cylinders, 25, 30 frags is so hard to deal with him because the frags he finds are so impactful. These are ENG frags, CT and T-side plays that aggressive style as the entry, opens up sites, puts players into positions such as Kenny S into scenarios where he can really show off his magic as well in those afterplant positions or retakes.
Yeah, that's very true. This was actually quite a nice round from Neo there, though, when he did find the hat trick. That was really good off the back of the flashbang. You can see that was calculated.
16-5. Factor in as well for VP. They had the 1 versus 3 here in the last round of the first half. Then factor in as well, they won the first pistol. 11-5 the scoreline. Usually we're not expected to see pistol round victories and whatnot in favor of the team that got decimated.
It's true. They were able to get a couple of rounds here and there that actually did bring them back into it. And this is the pistol round in question, obviously, on that second half where they went huge. They got themselves straight back through. Oh, yeah, that's really true, actually. And then there's the reset round that came out from G2 that just left them in a horrible position. From that point onwards, it was so hard for them to get anything together. Economy was starved. Once they did start to find their footing, it was already too late.
Yeah, Apex on your screens here. On the last round, found the ace towards Pool. Lined them all up as they went through that smoke. So 16-5 was was Inferno. Now Cobblestone, what do you reckon? You think this is going to be a G2 victory?
I think it's looking likely, but then for VP, Cobblestone always been a map they know they can impress on. They're definitely going to need to if they want to try and continue on their run here and make it to that grand final that we're going on later on tonight to decide which team will be going through into IEM Sydney. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. We're back in with the third and final map of this series after the break.
Hello guys, I'm Rafif and I'm 8 on the new gambling site called
Bets4.pro.
You can bet on a lot of matches, really a lot like
Dota 2, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, League of Legends, football or basketball.
Of course, the best is CSGO. This is like CSGO launch. Remember CSGO website. This is not the point bet. This is skin bet, real skin. To put your skin, you can go on my item, value armory CSGO. You can put a skin like Dota 2 or PUBG. You just click on the skin and you do request trade, then you go and face it on on Steam and you accept the trade. Then you go back on the site, you choose maybe a luminosity against renegades and you put all your skin on luminosity. I hope they will win for you, man. If you won the game, I will show you my last bet. If you won the match, you will win other skin like you put before. This is really great because it's not like point skin, really boring. On the site, you can also trade your skin. You can put your knife, then you will get coins. And you can get other skins of every game, like game of Dota 2, PUBG. To go on the site, you just need to go in the description of the video. There will be the link of the site.
And what's up everyone, it's Ted here bringing you guys another video. Today we are on csgopositives.com, as you can see. And this is not like the others gambling website, this is a esports betting one. It's like CSGO Launch and Drake Launch, but in my opinion this is really better. You don't have any commission on deposit, neither on withdraw, so that's nice. Also you can you have their market. It's nice, so yeah, as you can see the stickers and the float and the exteriors right here, so it's nice. You can deposit CSGO items or skins and real money and withdraw with skins. Also, if you bet a lot, you will get like gems. As you see here, I have 20, and you can cash out that gems for credits. For example, if you have 1,000 gems, you can get like $1. I think this is like $1. So yeah. You also have my referral. I don't know if you want to use it, but I'll leave it down in the description. So yeah. Here you have the live matches, and here you have the upcoming matches.